Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your TNA Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977, episode 1582 of the show. Let's get right into it, because we just finished up Rant and Rave, and we finished up our SummerSlam picks and predictions, and not only that, we decided to, I watched some TNA Impact, and in fact, it's going to be a lot of fun behind it. So, we're gonna do this right now. Let's talk about what happened on TNA. It was over a couple minutes ago. Trios matchup: the team of Kushida and Speedball Mountain. That would be the team of Trent Seven and Mike Bailey going against the Rascals. That would be Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, and Wes Lee. And the Rascals picked up the victory, giving them momentum as Wes Lee and Zachary Wentz will challenge Nathan Frazier and Axiom for the NXT Tag Team titles and night 2 of the Great American Bash this coming Tuesday on Sci-Fi. So it'll be a heck of a matchup for sure. It's going to be insane. Jordan Grace addresses Ash by Elegance, saying that Ash Elegance gave her a tough challenge. And who knows, they may renew their rivalry. We'll see what happens there. Gia Miller interviewed Campaign Singh about the whereabouts of Mustafa Ali. So he's getting ready for his match. He's getting focused, and so he tells the Secret Service of Mustafa Ali's to go with him. Then Rosemary went one-on-one with Kristara. You know, Rosemary's trying to find her niche in the women's division. And George Iceman, the personal concierge for Ash by Elegance, and Ash herself was watching the matchup backstage. Rosemary did pick up the victory over Kristara. The system addresses getting back on track, saying we may have lost the belts, but we're still the same system. In fact, JDC even says he is the system. And Mike Santana was addressing the system for trying to stand in his way, his goal of being world champ. Campaign Singh interrupts Santana, basically warns him. And then Josh Alexander was supposed to come out and explain his actions once again of what he did to Joe Hendry. Gia Miller decided to interview him instead. In the back, he's complaining about how, Mike Santana, whining about Joe Hendry, believing in Nick Nemeth as well. It seems that we know what Josh Alexander wants. Ryan Nemeth went one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian. Of course, Frankie Kazarian made Jay Chung call him the king of TNA or something like that. Heck of a matchup, but in the end, Kazarian did win the matchup. While Josh Alexander walks to the ring after the matchup, then he attacks Ryan Nemeth after the matchup. I think I know what Josh Alexander is trying to do. Women's action, knockouts action once again. Jody Threat, one half of Spitfire, going up against the Militias, Masa Slamovich, and Jody Threat has won the match after Alicia putting the women's the knockouts tag title on the turnbuckle kind of backfired on both of them. And but during the matchup, Edwards did attack Dane Luna, but Dane Luna fought back, giving Jody Threat that advantage over Masa Slamovich. Joe Hendry addresses the many fans that believe in him. This was funny. All right, I mentioned this on Rant and Rave. I went on X, aka Twitter, and Bully Ray goes, what'd you think of the Joe Hendry concert? And Mark Coffey goes, I loved it. Every minute of it. It was great. Best performance he ever had. Because you and your goons attacked him. That's why. And then Sean McLaughlin, who was in Scotland or something like that. Yeah, because of that. And I joked with him. I said, I'd love to see Galax sing. And I said, then maybe not. Maybe yet. I'd rather not. And then Mark Coffey responds, "Calm down, Charlie Bailey Gates." And I'm like, I looked it up. It was the character from Jim Carrey's the movie starring Jim Carrey, Me, Myself, and Irene. Only trace when I let you clean, let you clean, let you clean. What's the matter, lady? You got extra cheese on the taco. That was even funny. But anyways, yep. Mark Coffey called me Charlie Bailey Gates. That is just too dang funny. That's too dang funny. Anyways, Mike Santana went one-on-one with Campaign Singh. Obviously, Campaign Singh didn't stand a chance against Mike Santana because all he does is runs his mouth and becomes a gopher for Mustafa Ali. And then Santana addresses that he made a promise to his little girl and his family that he will be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Mike Santana has never given up on that quest, and he says he's going to do it for the people as well. Gotta respect Mike Santana, and I'm hoping Nick Nemeth will. Speaking of the world title, Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth defending that world title against Mustafa Ali. Heck of a matchup. And Nick Nemeth did retain, but Josh Alexander appears at the ring entrance after the match, takes a look, and walks away. I think, because I'm kind of certain that Nick Nemeth probably has an idea of what happened to Ryan Nemeth. But then again, he may not. So this ought to be interesting for sure. Let's see what happens. And now for the wedding of the century. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I had the honor of having PCO follow me on Twitter/X.com. Good guy all around. A legend. A former 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion, as one half of one of the most entertaining teams in the early 90s, early to mid 90s. We're talking about the Quebecers with Jacques Rougeau. So, let me show. With Jacques Rougeau, which I think was pretty good. So here's the deal. Here's the 411 of this. So let's see who was part of the wedding ceremony. And this was a simple ceremony, though. Rhino showed up with his ring gear and a tie. Is PCO's best man. Hilarious. So Rhino appears as the best man for PCO. Then Zaya Brookside, as adorable as she is, was the maid of honor for Steph DeLander. So, and then who oversees the ceremony? Santino Marella. He took an online course at $11.95. Basically $12. It cost him to take a course in officiating wedding ceremonies. Man, had I known that, I would have said, "Hey, it's my $12. I'll be officially doing wedding ceremonies." Yeah, the day I do wedding ceremonies, it would be the day that I get married. That means odds are that happening are slim and none. And a slim to none, my friends. Anyways. So, and then Steph DeLander comes down looking so beautiful. She has the hair like the Bride of Frankenstein up, which I thought was really cute. And Destro was giving her away as the bride. Destro escorts her to the yacht. And as he was doing the ceremony, as Santino was about to start the ceremony, those two dummies from First Class, AJ Francis and Rich Swann, interrupts the whole thing. If anybody like AJ Francis interrupts my wedding, I would say, boy, man, if you interrupt my wedding again, I want to go down there. You want to be acknowledged. Well, my fist will acknowledge your face, and my foot will be acknowledge your butt. Sit there and shut up. If you want to object, don't be such a crybaby about it, AJ Francis. Oh no, wait. As Sergeant Holka would say on Stripes, lighten up, Francis. Alright? So anyways, but they didn't attack him, which I was kind of shocked. I think Tino says, just let me do the ceremony, and they're doing the ring exchange, and then PCO grabbed something. He goes, this is my grandma's ring, and he placed it on her finger. He goes, now I pronounce you by power invested in me after a $12 $12 certificate for completing the class. I pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. No, wait a minute, we're in Montreal. You may French kiss the bride. As they were about to, a big shocking return to TNA. Matt Cardona. He comes down, he says he's got a wedding gift. And remember, Matt Cardona has history with Steph DeLander, because Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander were partners, were business partners, per se. And then Matt Cardona is about to present the president, but he goes around and hits PCO with it, and he unwraps it. It was a cinder block. And then he puts PCO to a table. Steph DeLander realized what was going on, and she was upset. She goes, this is my wedding, my time. Why do you have to ruin it? And everything else. Steph, what are you doing? And then PCO sits up. Steph DeLander starts crying. And it seems like Matt Cardona has made things personal. He wants that digital media championship. And believe me, Cardona has made a big mistake. And he's going to live to regret it. So, that is all the time we have on this show. Episode number 1582 is complete. Thank you for watching. Eric Lima Shenanigans 1987. The first TNA of August 2024. Thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode, remember, tomorrow we got Bullseye, SmackDown, NXT Level Up, and along with AEW Rampage. Final SmackDown before. The final SmackDown before SummerSlam. Thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.